Welcome, sweet friends. Look what I got my hands on. Have y'all seen the famous Walmart bust that were out this Christmas season? Well, my friend Christine sent me one to be a part of her page hop event, and I'm so excited to get a little crafty with it. And then I have another bonus craft that is Santa related we're going to have fun putting together today. So welcome. You can find all the information for this fun event in the description of the video, so go check it out. If you're watching the replay on YouTube, definitely go check the description there, because if I say little keywords and stuff like that, you'll find all the links I mentioned there. Okay, so get all settled in. Let's get me to where I can communicate with y'all and get on my page here. If you have never met me, I am Summer Hammons with Hammons Nest, and I'm so glad to meet you and have you here. And then welcome to my old friends. Happy Tuesday. A little Santa fun. Hey, Yvonne. Hey, Angel. And so, yeah, I got this beautiful Santa bust. I've got a super simple idea that I got from my friend Shannon over at Little White Barn over on Instagram. I'll be sure to link that after I'm done being live in the comments if you want to go see how cute. But the simple idea I'm going to share with you on the Santa bust came from her, and I was like, I have to do that. So we're going to do that, and then I have a fun little sign to make. So we got a twofer today. It's going to be really fun. You painted one, Lori. They are so beautiful with all the details painted. That is not my forte. That is just not my super skill. Hey, Jessica with a happy home to do all the little detail painting. So this is actually really guided. It's almost like having it etched or sketched in. But we're just going to go for a simple pottery look on this and then give you a fun use idea for him. If you've caught some of the creators in the event, so far, got some beautiful ideas being shared, and it's going all the way till, I can't remember, but you can go back and look on my page. I shared a little graphic of it not too long ago. But I'm in North Louisiana. If you've never joined me before, I'm coming at you live from my home studio, and it's good to have you here. Snowy. I know there's a little snowstorm going on. And hey, Steph, Vintage Pebble in the house. She'll be on up a couple segments after me. Pam, Priest, how are you, my friend? Kathy's watching from Colorado. It's still cold here in North Louisiana, but no snow, no ice or anything like that. So, all right, I got to roll my sleeves up because we're going to have to paint. And look, I was cooking, and I know that it's backwards, but I was watching my favorite Christmas movie, which is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. And this little shirt says, "Save the neck for me, Clark." So that's my little fun little Christmas. They went viral and only available online from Walmart. Thank you, Dana. D&J Crafts in the house. Okay, I am going to pull out. I want to show you this because I already did the back side of him. So let me give you a real close-up look. Okay, when you buy him, if you happen to get your hands on one, he's really glossy. He almost looks like he was spray painted with a kind of a high gloss, creamy color. But I'm about to just do a very simple, which I've shared little variations of this, pottery look on him to help matte him down, make him more my style. And hey, Lori, how are you? So look, the back of him has already been done. So you see the difference in the finish, not catching any light. It's matte, it's textured, but on the front, he's glossy. So we're just gonna finish him off. I went ahead and did the back so we wouldn't have to wait so much to dry, you know? So I'm using the Dixie Belle drop cloth and I'm gonna mix it on my mixing plate here with a little bit of baking soda. And this is a real simple solution for taking something that looks a little bit glossy, if it's not your style, and making it more matte. And so, and this paint has gotten really thick because I've gotten gunky with it. I'm down to the bottom of the barrel here. So I'm just gonna let a little bit of this paint out on my plate. And then I'm just gonna sprinkle some baking soda on top. Then we're gonna get that dry, and I'm gonna show you how cool. Hello, I'm sorry, I'm gonna miss a lot of comments while I'm painting. I'm so glad y'all are here. Come on in, get comfy, throw me a little heart. Tell me what you're up to today. Send some love my way. Okay, I got baking soda. Just sprinkle a little bit on top. I do not have a ratio. I just know that if it gets too thick where it actually doesn't look like paint anymore, you can just add a little bit more paint and get that consistency down to how you like it. Hi, Peggy. Yeah, Dana, there's been some discussion about this Santa bust, okay? And I'm not sure all the creators have one that are in today's event, but I'm not sure everyone is using theirs. I don't know that I got confirmation on that. It was optional, but that's why I'm doing a two-for, because I I have a cute little sign I'd like to make too. Okay, so this is about the consistency. So see, I can still paint it on. It's just a little bit thicker, right? Kind of like toothpaste, but maybe even a little bit thinner than toothpaste. So I've already done the back side. So we're gonna just put this on. I just love this technique so much. That's why I use it a lot. And I'm not gonna take it up to the next level like I normally do. Or I shouldn't say normally, but I often will let this dry and then I glaze it, which I love that look, but I'm keeping this really simple today so that it just has that pretty pottery texture. But I get on the coat that I want and then I stipple just a little bit, not too much. I don't want it to look crazy, crazy textured, so unless you do, there's your option there. However you kind of stipple it will give it that little bit of texture there at the bottom that you can see. So I'm gonna keep going. Like I said, the back's already done. Hey, and if you're hanging out with me live and someone asks a question that I already answered, could you do me a huge favor and let them know the answer? So I don't leave them hanging. Hey, Gwen, Kim, Judy, Stoner Creek Creations, hi there. Hi to you, thanks for tuning in. So this just makes a world of difference. I mean, one more look how glossy his face is. We're taking that down. We are putting our little touch, our little pottery touch on it, and I think immediately it makes it look more high-end. Immediately, just with this one simple application of texture paint. You are so welcome, Sadie. It is my pleasure. Another fun hack that I'm not doing right now, but that I love to share, especially during the holidays, is if you have glossy decor, any type of glossy decor or glossy florals, say berry picks, anything like that has too much of a shine for you, I love to either apply matte Mod Podge right over it or spray clear matte spray. So like I will take shiny red berries and I will go outside and I will spray them with a clear matte finish and it will just dull that shine immediately. It's such a fun and easy hack for like maybe making some cheaper florals or something like that look more your style. I have not forgotten the stippling effect. We're gonna go back and do that as soon as I know that he is coated. Oh, hi Fatima, how are you? I'm so glad you follow me over on YouTube. And I have really been loving showing up more consistently on YouTube. I love Facebook and I show up consistently here, but it's been really fun. So I have a YouTube show every week that I try to premiere. And I've been doing that for several weeks in a row. That is a huge accomplishment for me because it is no little feat to get a big YouTube video put up, which is typically real-time stuff like what you're watching, but very, very teachy, you know. Okay, so we did our stippling. And now we are all textured up. And we are gonna let him dry. Let me get back here, make sure I didn't leave any paint that's too thick because I had already done the back side, so, but you know, a little paint got back there. Okay, y'all are gonna love this idea. It is so simple. Once I get him dry, I'm gonna show you because that's the easy part. Let me also show you that before we came on here, let me plug this up. Before we came on here, hold on. Let me figure out one thing at a time, figure out what I'm supposed to be plugging up. Y'all would just laugh if y'all saw my plug situation here in my studio. It is something else. It is a work of art itself. Hey, Running with Scissors, Melanie in the house, how are you? Okay, I'm gonna put a little fan on him and dry. It's just a little heat and air going at the same time, so look. This is a little piece of wood like this, okay? Let me give you, well, I don't have a tape measure. Little piece of wood, just a scrap piece of wood I went and found. And I painted one to look just like this. I already did that, already done, and it looks like this. Okay, can you see the texture on it? It's textured and everything, okay? And so we are actually gonna set him on this base. We're gonna kind of level up something. I think it would have been really cool if he came with that, right? Like He looks cool with that extra base on the bottom. So I am going to set him on there. And I'm going to get him nice and dry, okay? And then after that, we can talk about what the idea is, because we got to get him dry first. I would love to see every crafter that does this for a living, and even if you don't, and you just love to craft a lot, I would love to see your plug situation. If I ever got to build a custom studio or anything, whoo, I'd have some plugs on the floor. I'd have plugs everywhere. Hey, Teresa, so good to see your name. Hey, Christine's in the house. So yeah, great time to mention seeing her name. Y'all go check out the description. This is a fun event that she put together for some creators that are page hopping all day. And she also sent us these beautiful Santa bus, which was such a generous gift. And yeah, so just a little wood piece on the bottom. And already, if you wanted to stop here, I heard Sarah at Booksia Buttons talking this morning about she was afraid she was going to break hers. And I feel the same way. I'm actually not going to glue him to this. I'm actually just going to set him where I want him on this. But it just creates a little bit of a leveled up look, I think. Makes him look more substantial. Not that he's not cute as is. Lisa, how are you? Thank you for that sweet pink flower. Yeah, so we have to get on to our second idea, because this one is the simplest one, but I wanted, of course, to share this beautiful matte pottery look with you, which is an easy, if you like just the simplistic look of him, because I think he's precious painted, all the detail colors, like his eyes and his hat, and doing him all the regular Santa colors. But I also love this classic look, and this year, in my Christmas decor, I took out all the red. Well, I'm wearing red today, but in my actual Christmas decor, last year red like threw up in my house. Okay, I had red bows on everything that would stand still. And this year I was like, I'm gonna go more neutral, so I just went with greens and creams, and so I'm just kind of keeping it neutral this year. So I love that he's gonna be neutral right now, but if I ever wanted to change him, I could, you know. So, all right. He is dry enough for me to do what we need to do. So, let's turn this off. Get this down here. We may need it here in a minute. I say he's dry for what I'm wanting to do. He's more like a piece of art. Yes, he is. He's more like a piece of high-end decor. Now, he's still a little wet right here. And it's okay, but I do want to tie some ribbon on him. You have burgundy this year. Tell me what your Christmas colors are this year. What you're doing. It's fun. Yeah, I can. I could put some grippies on him. I have some little glue dots and things like that. That'll be perfect for when I actually display him. You're only seeing him as red flocked on Walmart's website. I don't know. I never tried to shop for one of these. I even heard someone found one similar on Amazon. Just look, if you're searching, just make sure that you're looking for one. This is I don't know exactly how tall he is without this base, but he's close to a foot tall if he's not. Does somebody have the measurements? Thank you for sprinkling and sharing the video. Hey, Melissa. Melissa Bray, I'm so glad you're here. And I also thought, man, there's so many possibilities with this. Like, you're going to see them used differently today, but like bronze or copper would be so pretty. If you like that kind of look. The all white gold would be beautiful, just all gold, like vintage gold. I just think there is a lot of beautiful choices and options you could go on him. Or if you like the way he comes, I've seen lots of people just decorate with him, and he's cute too. So, okay, I think we got it dry enough. Hopefully I won't get anything on my ribbon. But here is our fun and unique idea that I can't take credit for, because I saw my friend Shannon over a Little White Barn over on Instagram. She did this, and it's so cute. Look how cute. Okay, so I'm going to show you. I just went around. I just went my stash, found a lampshade. I got a couple different lampshades, and you can go big or you can go smaller. But I'm going to show you. I'm not going to use this one today, but I'm just showing you. You could do any one you want. Shannon used a beautiful tartan plaid that was very Christmassy. It was so much fun. But how she did it was she took a ribbon roll, which was so funny because I just happened to clean up a bunch of my ribbons because y'all have been doing tons of bow tutorials for y'all over on YouTube. And I've been like consolidating all of my ribbon, and I had these empty ribbon rolls. And so ribbon roll and a puck light, okay? Just a little puck light. I got this one at Dollar General, and that's it, right? So this is how we're gonna do it. And I am gonna glue on the top of him, but he'll easily peel off and I could touch up the paint and use it for something different. So let me give you a close-up look of the finish one more time so you can see how he came out. Just that baking soda, colored drop cloth chalk paint, and he is beautiful. And then we put him on this little base here. Okay, so you can either leave it on there or you can peel it off and just use the cardboard. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my little lampshade and I'm gonna glue that right in there. And then I'm gonna glue this right on there. And it lifts it up a little bit. So that's what we're gonna do. And that's my simple idea that I told you is really just painting. And yeah, so I'm gonna glue it inside here, right on the little rim, and attach that ribbon roll. You could use anything you had. I gotta get it to stick. I think this came off a little thrifted lamp. I gotta hold it in place. Hopefully it'll stick well enough. This is a temporary thing, y'all. This is not that we're not like doing any major construction on him. We're just kind of fixing up a fun little idea, okay? So, and then I'm gonna put some glue. Then I'm gonna, actually before I do this, I'm gonna go ahead and tie a little ribbon on him because I wanted to tie a little ribbon on him. You need to go to the Bloom Together group is where she's streaming everything, I believe. I don't believe she's streaming it on her page. So I got this beautiful green velvet that I'm going to tie around here. Isn't he gonna be fun? So on my little coffee bar, if I can get him to act right, I'm gonna set him on my coffee bar. I'll put some glue dots there, and I will use him there for just the season, you know? He looks like a lamp. Like when I saw the idea, I was like, that is genius. Okay. You're welcome. You're welcome, Tina. I'm glad you're hanging out. All right. Don't have the tail. Probably didn't cut a long enough piece of ribbon. And I could work a little bit harder on this bow later. But you'll get the idea that he looks cute with a bow tied right there. Isn't that perfect? The green velvet. Very classy. Very classy. Now, let's see if we can get him to, got the ribbon. Not sure how long that'll stay, but I'm gonna stand up and do this, and we're just going to put our hot glue. I know, I wish I could take credit for it, not my idea. Like I said, Shannon over at My Little White Barn over on Instagram. This is temporary, so if I pull this off, you know, I'm gonna have to, there we go. I'll just have to touch up the paint on the top. I gotta let that set for just a second. Because, you know, if you don't just gop something in hot glue and it's just like a temporary hold, and if you wanted to drill holes and you wanted to find another way to attach it, I'm sure, but I thought this little ribbon spool was genius. And it works, and it is so fun. Like, look how cute he is. And then, well, I put the little base on there, but then you could put a puck light inside, and it sits right inside there, and you have to turn off the lights, and it lights right up. And it's hard to see from an angle. Let me hold it back. So if you walked by and you saw it, it's a little crooked right now, but I gotta fix it up. If you saw this little lamp, I mean, isn't he precious? Okay, so there's your simple idea. You got a nice pottery finish. You got a fun little idea. You'll have to go check out Shannon's and how she did it over on Instagram, My Little White Barn. She had a pretty little tartan plaid lampshade, which was very festive. And now I have a fun sign to share with you with the rest of the time that we have left, because you're going to be here with me, well, I hope so, for an hour, all the way until 1 o'clock Central. And I'm glad you love it, Katie. Isn't it? I had to make one, and I had to use him that way. I'm looking at him. He is so precious. He's going to go on my coffee bar. It's going to be so cute. Oh goodness, isn't it so perfect? I'm glad you like it, Stephanie. Okay, I have a beautiful piece of wood. All good projects start out with a gorgeous piece of reclaimed something, wouldn't you say? At least that's what I think. And I have this gorgeous one I found in a like Booth Mall type of store. So it's just a random find. And I really should get a tape measure to give y'all some measurements. So this little sign I'm working on today is 20 by 6, 20 inches long, 6 inches high. And this wood has all the character in the world. It is gorgeous. And I'm very undecided on whether I want to paint it, but I kind of do. I don't know if y'all remember my Hammons nest sign that I made. Let me see if I can tilt up the camera and show you. So you see the Hammons nest sign up there? Okay, you can't see it from here, like the texture and the pattern on it, but I think I knew if I touched that camera, it was gonna get crooked. I have the worst luck lately with getting my phone straight in the little, look, now I'm crooked. It's okay. We're gonna roll with it. I really want to do that, and here's what you need to do. We're doing not baking soda, we're doing joint compound and same color paint that we used on Santa Bust, okay? So joint compound, same paint. I gotta find it. There it is. So I think I'm gonna do it. So basically, I'm gonna apply this in some areas. Ooh, I know what I forgot. It's just right here though. Hold on. I just went to go think about it. And I was like, I'm gonna need that sanding block. Alrighty. So if you missed that, you can go check it out. It is on my blog where I did that sign. But we're using a little piece of this embossed scrapbook paper. I picked this up at Hobby Lobby. If you get it on sale, it'll be like $1 a sheet. And we're using a little piece of it to do some raised embossing. So we're just gonna use some little scrap pieces of it to make imprints. Got some cool paint techniques happening in today's tutorial, so I hope y'all are loving it. Let's get out. Y'all, the last time I was live for the last event, the Amazon guy was here, and he's here again right now. So, you never can tell. And if Rusty starts barking, sorry. So I'm gonna get out some of this joint compound. Just put it on my plate. Same thing, it's not the baking soda, it's a little bit thicker. It's gonna take the impressions a little bit more than just the baking soda would. Hi, Beverly. I don't know what's wrong with my camera. I mean, it's probably my little thing that I clip it into. Okay, now we're gonna grab some of our Dixie Belle chalk paint. We're gonna mix it into the, oh, he made it here and left without barking. You don't believe it? I probably don't even need this much, but. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that paint, got joint compound, got paint, and I'm gonna start mixing it to get the consistency that I want. I may not even pull all of that joint compound over into the paint. I just know I need it a little bit thicker than it comes. I know, right? More craft. Yes, the last time I was crafting with an Amazon package, if y'all missed it, that little snowman, he was so cute. You missed the last live. He was adorable. Anyway, that's an Amazon package. And I was like, Rusty, be nice to the Amazon guy. He's bringing us more crafting supplies and crafting packaging supplies. Okay, so once I think I have it about the consistency, again, it's kind of the same, a little bit thicker than the baking soda stuff. So you can emboss with anything, y'all. You can look around anything in your studio, anything in your stash that has some type of pattern on it that is raised. You could imprint it into your paint, and that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna use this little piece here. So we're gonna paint it on. I like to do it in sections. That's how I did, especially this large sign that was huge. And I am going to paint that. Actually, I'm gonna get a fresh brush. I go through a lot of brushes sometimes when I'm doing certain paint techniques. It's just the nature of it all. Okay, Good afternoon, Tanya. Hey, Marge. I'm so glad you're here, though. You'll have to go back and see the Santa lamp that we put together, the Santa bus lamp. Now we're moving on to, Andrina's in the house. Lee Lexi, how are you? Michelle in Canada. Hi there. It's so good to have you. I'm Summer. Nice to meet you. Virtually, that is. So we got our beautiful piece of wood. We're going to be stamping and embossing. Part of me hates to paint this. Part of me gets excited that I can do something that feels timeless, that like it goes with the age of the piece. And that's what we're going to accomplish here, because after we get this dry, we're going to do a wash over it with a different paint color. You'll see. It's really, really fun. Okay, but let's go section by section. And I don't know, I guess it was ready to be put on there. I don't know if you can tell, but there's a little lip here, almost like this was the front of a drawer or something. Since it's reclaimed, I don't really know, what it is. But we're going to put that texture on. We want it to look really old. At least I do. And so I'm going to get that texture put on, and then I'm going to stamp it. Okay, so I'm going to take the paper. I'm going to press in there and get that embossing. And then I like to do this sometimes when I'm working with old wood. I like to try to rip it up so that it will pull up some of the, and that's what we're working with. So we're going to keep doing that section by section and just get some pretty pattern going on there. I hope y'all are having a wonderful Tuesday. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. We're going to do it again. Sometimes if I'm trying to use the same piece of paper, I will occasionally, after I stamp like 2 times, I will try to wipe some of the product like off the paper. And then you're just going to want to line up your design. So for instance, I can tell where my paper stops. And so I'm going to line up that design. Okay, I'm going to press it in there again. Hey, Mandy, Western Grace is in the house. All right, we're pressing, and we're pulling. Still looking really, really good. Gorgeous, gorgeous. See how the pattern lines up? We're going to keep going. I'm happy I did this. I don't know about y'all. I have a hard time painting actual vintage. Okay, so when I'm doing like flips and stuff, I don't mind thrift flips with some like cheap something. But if it has history and age on it, I have a really difficult time. So this is me stepping outside of my comfort zone for sure. I'm going to do a little wipe again. Hi, Gina in Michigan. Mischief Managed Creations. Hello. I'm glad you love it. Okay, let me line it up again. It's going to be fabulous. I'm pressing, getting all that beautiful embossing. I like to work with a smaller piece if I can. Of course, if you're working on a large sign and you have the original, big piece of paper, that's great. But this is also a great way to use up your scraps. All right, I'm lining it up one more time. All right, I'm pressing. Getting that beautiful, beautiful pattern. And so it just looks kind of like a worn vintage pattern because there's perfectly imperfect things happening. I'm going to take a little bit. Oh, that's kind of pretty and kind of cool. I'm going to take my brush a little bit. I'm just going to go around in a couple spots, adding some of the same color while it's drying. If you think this is cool, wait till you see it with the wash over it, because then suddenly that embossed outline really, really pops. It's beautiful like this. And so I'm using a color called olive wood, which is like a greenish gray color as the wash. But it would look really pretty with like a antique wax or something like that too. So I'm just going to randomly, I'm trying to think if this is how I kind of want to do this. I'm just going to randomly add some of the same color here and there. I'm going to try not to overthink it too much. But I do want it to feel really framed out. So I don't want to go too crazy. I love the color of the original. And that leaves some of the original and some of the new paint that I put on there. And I'm also going to take a sanding block to this. So it's going to help kind of, I like to say it kind of helps blur the new paint into the existing finish where it looks a little bit more worn, like it was always part of it. So now we got to get it good and dry. So I think that's enough just to kind of add to it. And then the sanding step is going to happen. This is one of those things where you need to trust the process. No, I haven't painted on this exact piece of wood before, but I've painted on enough to know how the wood's going to behave. And so the more practice you can get with this sort of stuff, you will get more confident with it and be able to try it on different things and not worry, are you going to mess it up? Or not worry if the wood is going to react to the technique the way you think it is. Because all wood is so different. So some wood is more porous. The brand new wood can be really slick and non-porous. Fake wood, of course, or MDF, which is multi-density fiberboard, that is fake pulp wood. Well, it is wood, but it's pulped wood, you know, and that's really super slick. So this kind of technique may look similar, but you just may not get the exact results. So you can, of course, you can color the compound, or you can just use a different color paint. Because it's going to mix. So you're mixing it with a paint color. So whatever color that joint compound is. Hey, Sharon. Yes, and you can go to hammondsnest.com. That's my blog. And you can search in the search bar, embossed technique. And there is a really great blog showing you how I made the Hammons Nest sign. That's like a bigger version of this thing. And that should help you too. So we got to make sure this gets good and dry. And then I'm going to take a little bit of a sander to it and then glaze it. Foxy LaFon's Chocolate and Crafts, how are you? Happy Tuesday. Y'all, when it gets to be this time of the year, it kind of just feels like every day is a weekend. I don't know about y'all, but just the schedule's so weird. Yeah. Yeah, you can do so much. You can experiment with all the colors, y'all. So now I'm going to grab my sanding block, which y'all know I went and made a special trip to go get that thing. And look, I hit it for myself. There it is. Take my sanding block. I'm going to work on the outside first and just kind of blend that new paint, those new paint strokes down into the existing finish. So it's going to look a lot duller, which I'm fine with. And let me show you what I mean by that. So I haven't sanded the right side, but I did sand all the parts on. See how it just blended it right into the finish? And this looks so brand new, and you can see all the brush strokes and everything. You kind of want to blur it and blend it. It's every day's busy, Melina. If you work retail, oh my goodness. Absolutely. I'm retired and it is what Penny said. It does look like an old vintage drawer. Look at the back. I don't know, like it had something on it. Okay, so I'm feeling pretty confident this is dry how I want it, and I like to take a little light sand over the top before I glaze it, okay? So I'm gonna hit the corners a little bit heavier than the rest of it. It's always good when you're working with an authentic piece of old wood, but you can achieve a very similar look even on new stuff if you want, okay? We haven't even gotten to the HoHoHo part. This is going to be a HoHoHo sign in case you missed it. All right. I'm going to have a mess to clean up after this. All right. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm loving it, actually. And I'm going to have to do some vacuuming. Now this side has some extra texture on it just because of the original piece. And so that looks really fun because it picked up that extra texture. But it's all very pretty. You can still see the embossing. And so let's glaze it. Oh, I love the beauty. The beauty is worth the mess. So we got the olive wood color. We've got a paper plate, and we've got a baby wipe or a wet rag. Oh, yes, your daughter's in the Nutcracker. So both of my daughters are in a Christmas Carol here at our local historic theater, and their shows and stuff start tomorrow. School show, evening show, school show, evening show. And so it's going to be wild. And I'm volunteering, ticket sales in the lobby, and ushering the little kids in. Our homeschool group is all going Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. Put this in some water. Yes. Learning is a lifelong. I love that, Dana. You are so right. So I'm going to take some of this beautiful olive wood color. Y'all, I got to give y'all a close-up of this color. It is gorgeous. It's just, I love cream and green together. So the cream and the green gray. Yes. Oh, thank you for plugging that, Dana. I appreciate it. Yeah, join us in the Creative Nest. We have a big fun time. Okay, I'll be live in there today at 4 p.m. Central. Okay, so I'm actually going to take, I'm not going to water this down and create any type of glaze. I'm actually going to paint right over it and just wipe it right back off. So I'm just wanting to leave a haze, okay? So I'm not going to go thick coverage, but I'm going to bring it back over the top of this embossing. And then I'm going to pull it back, okay? So you might be like, oh, what'd you do? But then you got to pull it back. And it is such a pretty greenish gray haze over that creamy white. Oh, I wish I could see this in person. I mean, there's just, sometimes you just can't see it as pretty in the camera. But, so when I say the haze is very light, I mean, it is very, very subtle. I am not trying to take away the off-white. I'm just trying to layer the colors. And so, I mean, though it helps the pattern pop a lot more. So let's get that dry. I'm happy with the finish. It is so beautiful. It is so fun. What a fun old looking sign. And now we're going to stamp and hopefully give you a fun idea for a HoHoHo sign that is a little more on the rustic neutral side. Hey, Marshall. Yes, so if you want to do something a little different and you want to try this, any color glaze will do. You can do dark wax over the top of it. You can add that brown tone in. Yes, it's a gorgeous piece of wood to start off with. So that is a good thing. Let's get this good and dry because we're going to be stamping on this. Oh my goodness, 9 shows. Twin City Ballet Company. Oh, Katie, are you in Monroe? I'm so sad because I don't get to come to the Nutcracker because my daughter's, the shows happen at the same time. You're in Louisiana, not too far down the road from me. Okay, so I have a variety of crafting materials, y'all, but I do really love IOD stamps. Like, they are a notch above the rest as far as quality and everything. They are just fantastic. And as this dries, I may just hit it in a couple spots. That's so pretty. Hey, Jane, how are you? Olive wood, yes, it is a gorgeous color, y'all, if y'all have not tried the Dixie Belle. But back to the IOD. I don't sell IOD or anything like that. I know I've shared ruthandruby.com is a sweet friend. Y'all can go check her out. It's Jackie over at ruthandruby.com. She sells IOD. But the quality is really nice. So I'm going to be using it out of the typesetting one. Yes, the guys from Duck Dynasty do live down the road. I actually was born and raised in West Monroe, and that is where they are from. But I'm now a parish over. They're in Washita Parish. I'm in Lincoln Parish. Right on down the I-20 strip. Okay, there we have it. Beautiful, beautiful design that looks even way prettier in person. Oh, you're in West Monroe. Okay. Katie, you probably know my friend. Do you know Lori Seacrest? I don't know. Sometimes she hops on and watches. She's a good friend of mine. We homeschool our kids together here. They do dance for that. They're going to be in that show. Okay. No, Jerry, it's good to see your name, Tamara. I don't know if I said hi to you or not, but we're doing really great on time. And so we are going to keep moving on and get this beautiful HoHoHo sign made. You get such a kick out of them. Yeah. And they got their reboot. We see them around town every now and again. I have a family member who's really close to them and goes hunting with them and stuff. Okay. Let me see. Get that dry because I'm using the H out of that typesetting. Typesetting. That's what it is. The typesetting font on IOD. Sorry, I couldn't get it out. Mouthful. Hello, Kelly. That means the world. So, Barbara, the typesetting one, I don't know whether it's still available. I think it is. There's this font I really love called the Swoosh font, SWOOSH, and it's retired, I believe. But if you go to ruthandruby.com, I'm sure my friend would love you to visit her, Jackie Highfield. She does sell it on her website. She has a bunch of IOD, Dixie Belle, all kinds of stuff. But I don't have a link for you right now, so I'm sorry. Thank you for sprinkling. Oh, Mandy, I know, a good piece of barnwood, good piece of vintage furniture piece or something, and I don't even know where it came from. Okay, I'm using the Stays On Timber Brown ink. I am using my stamping block for my H, and y'all are gonna love when you see what I'm using for my O's. I am using little tiny grapevine wreaths. Oh my gosh, so cute. But here's the thing, I want to show you what I did in case you're like, oh, I found a piece of wood exactly the size, which that would be, you know, it could happen though. I took apart one of these wreaths and I made it a little bit smaller. Can you see the size? And I made 3 of them a little bit smaller because I was kind of afraid it would look too squished. And I was right. I started laying it out. So I took some brown floral wire and some pieces of this. And let me show you what it looks like when you take one apart. You basically just have a bunch of grapevine to embellish with. It just looks like that. Just pieces of grapevine. And then what I did was I just took it in my hand and I started shaping it and made it a little bit smaller than it came. So I just started wrapping it in my hand, and then I took this brown floral wire and I wrapped it. So see the difference in the size? Because I needed it to be more like this, but I wanted the texture of the grapevine, and I didn't have any in my stash. So I just made them. So there's that. So we've got 3 O's and 3 of our little H's. How we doing? How we doing? This is an event. We don't share links. Yeah. I don't even have a link if I did. Oh, well, you can go to my blog at hammondsnest.com and you should be able to search. I've used them in other projects, so they would be linked there. I forget that sometimes. I mean, I do remember to tell you because it's a wonderful resource, but go to hammondsnest.com and you can probably find a link there in one of the blogs where I used these same stamps. Oh, it might be in that blog. The one where I told y'all to go look for the sign and putting it all together. I'm pretty sure it's linked there. So go over there to hammondsnest.com and look up the embossed sign tutorial. Yeah, good, Debbie. I love sharing little tips like that. Sometimes if you don't have exactly what you need, you can make it, you know. But here's another thing. Here's another little tip for you. This is something that if I'm trying to glue something like this, you see, it doesn't have a lot of surface because it's so organic. And you need it to kind of really glue down. So here's one of my favorite little tips for that. Because I've done this with grapevine hearts at Valentine's Day and now little grapevine wreaths. It would have been way too bulky. Yeah, and it matches the size of the H a little bit better too. So see the stamp? This is on a block, but the stamp, it looks better. So, I like to take a little piece of twine. And yes, I use deconstructed grapevine wreaths on so much of my fall this year. But I like to take a little bit of glue and put like a little dab of glue on the back. And I like to twist up and coil up a little bit of twine. I like to just sit there and coil it up so that it kind of creates almost like a, can't think of the word. It gives the glue something to stick to and then stick to the sign. Help me come up with a word. But you know where I'm going with this. So this just gives me that solid, and I didn't do this part ahead of time. That's why I went ahead and made the wreaths. So instead of trying to glue on the grapevine, I am going to put glue on the twine, and then that is going to be what actually sticks. So that helps a lot. And you can go as high as you need to. Yeah, you can go as high as you need to. And I didn't tell y'all, I saw a nativity comment from Penny. My neutral theme this year also is very faith-based. So I have a beautiful nativity bust. I don't know if y'all saw that I shared from TJ Maxx, which is so gorgeous. But I'm just keeping it very peaceful and simple. So like a little riser or a little, yeah, it creates a little bit of a risen area to get a really good connection point between this organic grapevine and the sign. So, all right, I got 2 attached here. There you go. You try it. If you got something wonky that won't stick and you just need some good adhesion points, that's what you need. You need something on the back. And you could do, depending on what the embellishment is, the jute matches this really well, but you could do like felt or fabric or ribbon, just anything that's gonna be something you can attach to the back of something and give it a little bit of a boost. Because the worst thing is to try to glue so that something organic like this sticks and then it doesn't stick. And then you got a hot glue mess. And I really should have my hot glue tools. So if y'all hear me burn myself. I really recommend hot glue tools, but I often forget to put them in front of me. Yeah, the tree behind me was in my membership group. It's called the Creative Nest. We've had it for, we're going to have 3-year anniversary soon. But join us over there. You can find that on my blog too. We'd love to have you. A few hundred ladies welcoming over there, welcoming you. Thank you, Kelly. Fun fact about that card catalog. Can you believe someone gave that to me, y'all? Oh my gosh. And I have been having such a fun time after my studio revamp. I put all the little things in there. So you can open up all those little drawers. You can find little rusty safety pins and little rusty bells and just all the fun things. And I finally put it to use, all those little drawers. And now someone mentioned something that was such a genius idea. And they said to make a little key, because it's really hard to remember what drawer something's in. So I need to make a little key that hangs on the side of the cabinet to say like this drawer with this label on it has the safety pins or tags or whatever. Oh, Kim, we have a blast. The Zoom nights are the best. We do those once a month. And that's a real fun time. Crafting in community is fun. Find somewhere to craft in community, whether it's here on someone's page, you know, feel like you're a part of something. It doesn't have to be in a membership group or anything like that. Just show up for some creators you love on a regular basis, become a part of their community. Notice the same names that come up in the comments and all that kind of stuff. And suddenly, you know, you're connected by your love for something, you know? It's as simple as that. What we're doing today, you know, hanging out, this counts too. This is certainly community. I know. It was an insane gift. I am honored to have been given it. Okay, I could have probably done this before, but we're okay. We got plenty of time. All I got to do is stamp 3 H's and glue on these grapevine wreaths and we are done, because it's going to have this really natural, organic look to it. But this is some real-time crafting for you. And I'm trying to burn off my fingers. Excuse me. Oh, it's okay. Somebody said they got a call from their boss. Oh, Kelly Wooden, you are sweet. I hope you learned lots. I really did share a lot of fun things. If you missed at the beginning, I'll definitely go back and watch. I'll try to pull him back out before we hop off here. But next up after me in about 12 minutes is Robin over at Hometown Homemade. So y'all have to go say hi to her. Check out what she has planned for you. Get to know her over the hour if you don't already. And it's going to be fun inspiration all day long. Huge thank you to Christine over at Bloom and Restore. Y'all can go check out her free group Bloom Together. And that's where all these are being live streamed into, like for replaying. And for you to find them quickly and easily. So y'all can go check that out. All right, last one. It's like watching paint dry. Sorry about that. I usually try to have steps done ahead of time. It didn't occur to me. I was like, that does take a little while sometimes. Okay, so now I've got my little, what we call my little footings or whatever that we're gonna put on there. We'll have some good, because I'm gonna display this thing as soon as I finish making it. It's going up. I love this community too. It is the best. The Creative Nest is a private Facebook group. Yes, you can read about that on my blog too at hammondsnest.com. Crafting Club, the Crafting Club. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with a middle H because I think that's the safe bet for me to go, okay, this is my middle. And then I'm gonna squeeze in the other H far to the left. So I'm gonna get my stamping on. Load it up with some Stays On Timber Brown. Okay. Go ahead, y'all, look. I'm gonna have to, because I'll be like, Summer, you know, I eyeballed that perfectly. Can I get some hearts for that? Oh, goodness. Thank you, Jeannie. Okay, we're loaded up with ink and we need to put it down. So I'm gonna try to get it as close as possible. I'm gonna press down and hope that our first ink looks great. The thing I love, oh, that looks so beautiful. The thing I love so much about vintage is just the perfectly imperfect and how good it all looks no matter what. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and ink this one off to the far left. Wait till I hold this up. You're gonna be in love. Perfection. Yes, I did it, I did it. I did it, I did it. Okay, now I'm gonna pick this one up. And I know that I'm gonna get it pretty close to the edge. So as much space as I can get between the HoHoHos. Oh my gosh, it's so lovely. It's so chippy. It's so beautiful. I'm not gonna cry. Sometimes I want to cry when crafts are so pretty. It's when you know you love it. Makes me emotional. Okay, and lastly, gonna get this H right here. Kathy, thank you for all those hearts. All right, we're stamped. Oh, so pretty. Let me show you all the beautifully stamped H's. What I was gonna say about the clear stamps is I love because I can go back and line them up if I need to hit it again. That's one thing I love about the clear stamps. All right. And as we all know, this is a Santa Claus event. And what does Santa Claus say? Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. This is perfect. It's going to look so good. Yes, go make it now. I've never seen one of these. This is definitely just something that came to my mind with this beautiful board that I had. And that just happens. Sometimes the surface that you find in your stash can be what brings an idea to life. That surface. So now I am pressing down on those points where I put that twine. That is why I'm pushing there, because that is giving me that beautiful adhesion. Just so that keeps me from having to go with a bunch of glue and it be messy and everything. So definitely use that hack. Okay. Pressing down. You're awesome, Trisha. Darian, how are you? Y'all are gonna laugh. This, I get asked this all the time, and I try to link ones that are similar. This is a cast iron, so go on Amazon and just look up cast iron scissor twine holder. But this one came from Buc-ee's. Do y'all know what that is? Buc-ee's is a gas station, a really popular gas station. And Yep. So I think it was Creative Co-op brand was what it was. And, all right. Hey there, Dee. It's so good to see you. How are you? Oh my gosh, I love it too, y'all. I love it so much. I'm so glad we could make it together. And the little bonus idea with the Santa bus that Christine sent all of the makers in today's event. We are glued down. And look, good luck getting that off there, because what you got is you got that twine. You got that twine. Now I know it's backwards, but isn't it so gorgeous? Let's pull our Santa back out and see. Now, he would look really good. He really would look really good with the brown. You have to go and watch Sarah at Booksy and Buttons. She did a brown glaze on hers. So our lamp, he's so cute. I just made a little scrap wood base for it. So it would look really good. Let's see. So ho, ho, ho. So you can see my neutral love of Christmas this year. Now I love red. I don't have anything against red. I love it. I'm wearing it. But I went neutral this year. So this is right up my alley. XOXO for Valentine's Day. Yes, ma'am. And I made one of those before. And but I don't know if I did it with these grapevine wreaths or if I did it with the, you know, they make the grapevine hearts too. I've done projects with both. I can't remember. But I'm going to give you a close-up look of the texture and the beautifulness on this, because we need to hang out for a few more minutes. And oh goodness. Okay, let's just admire the gorgeous finish on this. It is stunning. It looks a little bit more yellow than it actually is just because of the lighting I have on it. But now these IOD stamps, this typesetting, and some of them, they come with built-in distressing. So, like, you might not can tell it from the stamp, so let me take it off here. But when you're using some of these stamps, see how it has the ridges kind of etched out of it? That's the natural distressing that the stamp has in it. So, if you love that style, it's perfecto. And yeah, so now I could do something with the other side too. I could make it reversible. So y'all tell me what you're up to. Let's chat for these last few minutes that we have together. And thanks for the love. Ho, ho, ho. He looks cute with my snowman too. And my Christmas tree. He looks good. He looks really good. Let's see it with our Christmas tree. This is a beautiful fabric Christmas tree. It was really fun to make. Got old pieces of trim, just some scrap trim I had that I made the trunk out of. I put 2 pieces of that together. Rusty snowflake and stamp. Someone mentioned about it, so I thought I would show you a close-up look. So this one was fun to make. And then the little wild grass, little bird stamp. Can you see the trunk? It's made out of 2 little pieces of trim. So this, see the vibe I'm going for here? You know, you got the real neutral Christmas vibe happening this year. And last year, like I said, I did a ton of red everywhere. And I love red and green. I think it's beautiful. I love all the colors. I always say, do whatever makes you happy, whatever you're going to smile at when you walk by it. Let me measure that for you. These stamps are, ask me anything you want right now. This is ask me for the next 3 minutes and I'll answer. 2.5 inches tall by 2 inches wide. So 2.5 inches tall by 2 inches wide. And when you buy these, let me make mention of this, because when you buy these, you can find these at Hobby Lobby in the holiday section or in the wreath section. This was from Christmas 2021, and these are 3-inch grapevine wreaths. But remember, I took them apart and I broke them down, and I ended up making them 2-inch, just barely over 2-inch wreaths because I did the custom. Love the neutral. I've been doing bed spring art. That sounds fun. Well, Karen, everything's been really good. It's been really, really good. Oh, yeah. It does look like, oh, but it's ho. I'll post a finished sign later. And yes, a Santa lamp was beautiful. How would I display the sign? I don't know. I think it'd be beautiful in as a big wreath attachment indoors. I also think that I could just use it as a liner somewhere. Like, I don't know. I'll let you know where I get it tucked in because this one's going on display. I'm very proud of this. And aren't y'all so proud of me for painting it when I really didn't want to, but it wouldn't have popped the same. It would have been very beautiful, very neutral, but it wouldn't have been the same without that off-white in the back. Yes. Napkin rings for your table. They sure do, Rebecca. They make beautiful napkin rings. I've made all kinds of stuff with those little wreaths. Get some in your stash, I'm telling you. Turn it upside down. Let's do it. I didn't even think about that. But yeah, it's completely reversible both ways. There you go. You're so funny. That did not occur to me, I promise. My brain is on mirror, left and right, not upside down. Oh, y'all are funny. Oh my goodness. It's like magic. I changed the sign. It's been such a great time hanging out with y'all today. I hope that you learned some fun, crafty techniques that you're going to go try immediately. That's your challenge. Go try them immediately. Go enjoy the rest of the creators for the day. Next up after me, as a reminder, is Robin at Hometown Homemade. I hope you'll go tell her hi. And y'all have a beautiful rest of your Tuesday. If you're inside my Creative Nest, I'll see you there live at 4 p.m. Central today. We have some fun things in store. So, okay, y'all have a beautiful day. Bye, my friends.